Among the things that you must actually know about, the price for greatness is that it's in 3 phases. And I would say that the first phase that is associated with greatness is the phase that no one sees. Maybe you who is even growing, you might likely or possibly not be seeing that particular stage. And what's that stage? It is the stage of taking roots deep underground. This is deep, taking root as deep as possible. That's what is associated with the first stage of greatness. So at that particular time, you are putting in all the work, but it seems as if it's not producing result. People are not seeing any result. Maybe you on your own and you are not even seeing any kind of result. That's the first stage of greatness. And if you take a look at this, if you take a look at crops planted such as mango, cashew, and the rest of them, and the rest kind of perennial fruits or perennial crops rather, you will discover these attributes in them. You understand? So you discover that their first 5, 6, 7 years, 8 years of being planted, they are not producing much branches of, but they are taking root. All of the water that is coming in, they are using it to produce good roots. Now, let me tell you what these roots will do in the medium term. Now, after taking very good roots, that's what. Now, these good roots now are some of the major things that will help you or that will support you during the time of major life's tribulation. These roots will be what will help you during life's major tribulations. That means how good you are in character, how good you are in integrity, how good you are in keeping your word. What is the distinctiveness in your character? That is what these roots defines about you. How well can you stand in the face of trials, in the face of temptations? Guess what? When these trees now, when they've taken roots, winds will come. And winds will bend them this way, they'll follow. To bend them this way, they'll follow. To bend them back, they'll follow. To bend them forward, they'll follow. But guess what? They won't be uprooted. You understand? So these roots are very critical or are very crucial if your growth must happen. You understand? So you don't just think that maybe if you are not, people are not seeing your leaves, they are not seeing enough of your branches, then it means you are not growing. No, you are growing. But ensure that you are putting in the work. So the second stage is when people start to see leaves, see enough branches, and the rest of them, and that's the second stage. At that moment, you've taken enough roots. At this moment, you now have leaves. You understand? You are not growing enough branches. Now, the reason why you are not growing enough branches now is that so that when you start to bear fruits, when these trees start to bear fruits, you can bear as much fruits as possible. And remember that the weight of these fruits that you are bearing will be it will be held by these thick branches that you've developed. Then the third phase or stage of growth is the stage whereby you now start producing fruits. You understand? So this now looks like a stage of evidence, or a stage that proves to people what people call you've arrived, stuff like that. And in the production of fruits, results will always vary by season or seasons by season. There will be varying results or varying degree of result, meaning that season 1, the kind of fruits that you bear can be very massive or highly productive. Season 2 might just be medium or not. Or let me just use the word average. Another season can just be minimal, maybe almost not much, not very much. And maybe in some other seasons, there might be possibility that you might not produce anything, or if at all you produce, the result will be the fruit will be very, very scanty compared to what is expected of that size to produce. All of these are possibilities or stages of growth that will happen to every tree or every perennial crop. And the same is applicable in the case of humans. Do not take anyone to heart. What you just have to do is to thank God for giving opportunity and pray that, He continues to grow you, continues to enlarge you, and so on and so forth. All of these are the various stages, various phases of growth, of development. And mind you, people will be expecting you in seasons whereby you produce lesser. They'll be expecting you to also produce more, because the minute you start producing, people will be depending on you. Whether you want them to depend on you or not, they will depend on you. And for you not to put yourself in problems, just give to them what you know that you can afford to give, and it will not put you at a disadvantaged position, or it will not be at your own detriment. That will be, the kind of provision that you should give to them. Don't give to them that, a giving that will cost you. You understand? So that's one thing that you must understand about greatness: early stage, medium stage, and the third stage, or the prime stage of beginning to produce fruits. The stage of producing fruits is now the stage whereby you can replicate. You have the capability to replicate your own kind. That means you can see somebody whom you think is challenged, and you say, okay, I want you to come and learn this skill. What will it cost you? Give me an estimate. I want to invest in you. If it's in education, you can tell him or her that I want to send you back to school. If it's in business, I want to enlarge your business. I want to grow your business. If it's about skill, I want to enroll you for a skill. So at this moment of producing fruit, you are now capable of, replicating your own kind, because you've grown enough stature in terms of roots. You've grown enough stature in terms of branches. You've grown enough stature to actually to bear those fruits, to replicate your kind, and just the stuff like that. So these are the three phases of greatness that everyone who truly deserves greatness will pass through. And don't be discouraged when you are in the first or the second phase of greatness. It's part of what you must do. If you must be able to face and handle the challenges of life, you must pass through them. This is the DEFISIL Podcast, and as usual, peace.